hit songs, classics like...
I remember when rock was young.
Or...
Rocket Man burning up his fuse up here alone.
And who can forget?
I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And of course the classic... Better get the real thing on. Let's start the show! We're taping it. Welcome all. Can you tell who it is yet? Welcome, another great lineup for you tonight. The Rocket Man himself, Sir Elton John is here. Yeah. Acting royalty, Dame Judi Dench is on the show. Yeah. The brilliant comedian John Bishop will be joining us. No, you haven't switched on BBC Two by mistake. Jeremy Paxman is on this show. He'll be there. I know. Look. So, we've got a knight and a bishop. Yeah, almost enough for a game of celebrity chess. If only we had a queen. But we don't. Now, Elton's well known for his extravagant lifestyle, of course, spending a fortune on flowers. He has them all over the stage, yeah. And even a cactus on his piano stool. Gotta hurt. Elton, of course, won an Oscar for his song, The Circle of Life, not quite that version, in The Lion King. Now, the stage version, fantastic. Human actors conveying, you know, there's Zazu, the hornbill, Simba the lion, and, of course, Elton the duck. The costumes are stunning. Here he is in another amazing sort of bird-inspired outfit. And you do look at that, and you think, where the hell did Elton get those feathers? Huh? Let's get some yes on! Later we'll be talking to Jeremy Paxman. But first, my prayers have been answered. It is John Bishop! Hello, sir. Very well, very tan. Very tan.
No problem.
She's totally Dench. It's Dame Judi Dench. Oh, lovely lady. Oh, God, we nearly lost you. We nearly lost you. Sit down quickly. Sit down quickly. Dame Judi Dench. And for one night only, it's Sir Elton John. So lovely to see you. Have a seat, have a seat.
Oh, my lovely.
You picked a good night, right? You picked a good night. So how are you all? You all well? Yeah?
Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
looking very shiny, very showbiz. Because, of course, the last time I saw you was at your white tie and tiara ball, and you were quite poorly. But you didn't know you were poorly.
No, I didn't, but I had a burst appendix.
Now, were you using the doctor from Downton? Because, how do you miss a burst appendix?
I don't know, but I did 9 shows and 24 flights and the summer ball with a burst appendix.
Wow! Are you all right? Clearly, you're all right now.
Yeah, it was huge when it came out. But there you go. We're very lucky to be here.
Wow. Well, we're very lucky you're here. Yes. Yeah. And, of course, those parties are amazing. Because I think I've seen you at one of those, Judi Dench.
Oh.
At the White Tie and
Have a
Tiara.
ball. Absolute ball.
If you don't know, the White Tie and Tiara parties that Elton throws every year to raise money for the Elton John AIDS Foundation. And it is stunning. Like, anyone who is anyone is there. It is like just showbiz wall to wall.
Didn't want to go, to be honest, wasn't I had a darts match.
Now, Judi, do you still go clubbing? Do you still cut a rug?
Do you know, I've never, ever been to a club in my life. What a terrible... Yes,
Judi,
quite.
Judi Dench.
So they're very sorry for me.
You lie like a rug.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Never been to a nightclub?
Yes, you have. I
Where?
bumped into you in
With
heaven.
Oh. Oh, yes, you did. Absolutely true.
Fag hag.
They took us in. They took us in through the back door.
Wouldn't they?
Story of her life.
That is the only time.
Is that really the only time?
Yes.
Did you not have a nice night? You look like you were having fun.
Yes, I think we did.
I'm gay and I've never been to heaven. And I'm never getting there either, but Well, that's astonishing. Why were you there, for God's sake?
That's a good question, too.
I know the answer to that as well.
What was the question? What was it?
You were there to see Cher.
What?
You were there to see Cher, the singer Cher.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Judy,
Don't
later
you
when I
ask
get-
me
when I-
any more questions, and I'm not going to know the
It's
answer.
all right,
You
when I
haven't.
come to you later, don't worry, I've got all the answers. Now, very excited. Elton John, you are performing for us tonight.
Yeah.
Or are you just teasing us with that piano? Yeah, you are. And you're going to be singing, is it Voyeur?
Voyeur, yes.
And look at us, old school, big, fabulous
Bangers.
vinyl.
Yeah.
It comes in other formats.
It does, yes.
But this is the new album, The Diving Board, and Voyeur is the second single.
Second single after Home Again, yeah.
And this is out now.
It is.
And it's a stunning album. It really is. And I think, you know, everyone's saying it. You got really good feedback.
It's the best piano album since Winifred Atwell, I think.
High praise indeed.
Yes.
Now, this is 31st studio album.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow. And what's great is, listening to these songs, it's you and Bernie Taupin sort of at the top of your game.
Well, it's the most piano-orientated record I've ever made, and it's a very simple album. And I don't really see the point in making a record if you don't try and make it better. I've been making records since 1969, and I made a lot of records, and this one is one of my favourites, because I think we've come a step further. I'm singing better, I'm playing better. It's a very relaxed album, and so I'm very happy with it. And, you know, I'm sure Judi would say that she goes into every part hoping to make a better performance than the last one. There's no point in carrying on otherwise, just for the sake of it. I mean, they want to... Record company, who are here tonight, arseholes. I don't mean that. They're a very good record company. But they, you know, it's been
It shows
suggested...
when you're a star, doesn't it? You're a proper star can call a record company an arsehole.
Well, they wanted me to make Christmas albums and, you know, cover albums, Motown records, but that is so silly, you know. I'll leave that to Rod Stewart and people like that. Did I say that?
Yes, you
Having said that, his album's doing much better than mine. Assholes!
But now, here's the thing. You've announced a tour. You're back on the road again.
Where?
Haven't you? Are you touring in America?
Oh, I'm touring in America, not over here, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, you know, you constantly tour, you're constantly performing, but your life has changed.
It has.
Now, dad of two. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And now, so now, do they come with you? Do they come on tour?
They come everywhere that I go, they come. The thing is, with kids up to 4, they're very portable, and of course, then they go to school. But at the moment, Zachary is only 3 on Christmas Day, and Elijah will be 1 in January. So everywhere I go, they come. And, I mean, Zachary's been to Australia twice before he was 2. And, you know, he just walks out the hotel and goes to the Opera House. And, and they're like sponges. It's great to them. He's been to China, Hong Kong, all over the place. And they love it. And they travel, and I love having them with me. I can't bear not having them with me.
And is this story true about bath time backstage?
Yeah, they come to the show backstage when I'm doing a show, and we do tubby time at 6:30. Ever since they were born, they have tubby time at 6:30, and they have a story from Daddy and Papa. And that's the ritual, and then they go back to hotel.
And you go on stage and play
Then I go on
hits?
stage covered in bubbles. Yeah.
When Zachary does go to school next year, what's going to happen?
I'm going to take him on the first day of school, and I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to make sure that I'm around for when he goes to school. It's very important. When you have children, it's all about them now. It's not all about me. So my touring schedules, my whole life will change because it has to. It's all about my children.
Yeah.
I'm 66 now, and I don't have to
Really?
tour. Yeah.
Oh, God, you look great.
Bingo, right?
Yeah, very good, yeah.
And no, it's about them. My life is... having the children has changed the way I think, changed my life completely. I've never felt love like I've ever felt. There's not a word in the dictionary that can describe the love you have for your children. There's not one word that's ever been invented. It's impossible to tell you how much you love your children.
Wow. That's lovely. And, you know, we hear a lot of stories about... you do like shopping, it is true, I think.
Oh,
yes.
it's rumoured, yes.
Yes. I mean, you really, I like shopping.
Yes.
I like shopping. I went to Melbourne. I think I got some sunglasses and some shoes. What did you buy in Melbourne?
Didn't buy anything. I flew in from Sydney and flew back.
Before you do this, you bought a tram.
Oh, I did buy a tram years ago, yeah. I thought you meant the last visit.
No.
Keep up. Yeah. I bought a tram in Melbourne because they were selling all the old beautiful trams to San Francisco. And I thought, I'll have one of those. And I think I paid 15,000 Australian dollars, which is not much.
Oh, steal.
It cost me $250,000 to get it to England. And it was a nightmare.
Do you still have it?
I do indeed.
Where is it?
It's in the garden, of course. And the cheeky buggers who sent it over put the number on it and it said 69.
Well, beside you there, Dame Judi Dench... I've got the whole anecdote here, I can give it to you. No, but you...
I know exactly what you're going to say.
She's on it. She's on it. Tell me.
Quite a while ago, I used to do a lot... Is it embroidery? I used to
Correct.
do a lot of embroidery.
Yeah.
And make cushions. And David Hare once said to me, could you make me a cushion which has something very, very rude all the way around it, and a member of my family can come and stay and say, what a lovely cushion, and never see the words. So I did. I did.
And was it just filled all the way around?
All the way around, very, very, very intricate design. I've done a lot. I've done one for... Oh, I've done lots.
And what did they say?
It said
Are they
fuck
any
'em
good?
on it all the way around.
See, now John's staying very quiet, but John, you must be minting it now. You're doing those big arena tours, the money is cashing in, kids are leaving the house. What's the most extravagant thing you've bought so far?
The most extravagant thing I bought at an auction. I got a super lamb banana, which is a super lamb banana. See, you haven't got one.
Bingo!
I've outshopped Elton. I'm made up.
No, wait till you see this thing.
Is it a banana?
Wait.
Super lamb banana.
This is a super long banana.
See that?
Now, John Bishop, you don't seem like the sort of man who would buy that.
No. Well, what happened when Liverpool was European capital of culture? They had a whole raft of these around the city. And so then they went into a charity auction. I was at a charity auction, and because at the time we were living in Manchester, I wanted a piece of Liverpool in our garden. Of course. So I bought a super lamb banana, but then I had to insure it. So then I had to phone up the house insurance call centre in India and say, I want to insure a super lamb banana. And the woman said, what's one of them? And I just thought, I said, it's like a lamb with a banana and it's super. It's a little of whatever in your head. That's what it is.
How much did you pay for that?
It was about $7,000, I think.
Was that all?
Charity, yeah.
Oh, that's a bargain.
Oh, that's a bargain.
Where is it? Is it in the garden?
It's in the garden now.
Next to his tram.
Yeah, next to his tram.
Now, very exciting week, because not only has Sir Elton got a fabulous new album, Dame Judi Dench has a really fantastic new film. It is so good. I've seen it. You must be thrilled with this.
The thing
No?
well, yeah, I am. The thing I'm most thrilled about is because it's about somebody who is alive, a very, very, very remarkable person who we met, and the thing is that she's very pleased. And that's actually the thing I'm most pleased about, because when you're making a film about somebody who is actually alive and present and near you and living and breathing and other people know them, and they have this remarkable story, you have a huge responsibility to be very, very truthful and honest about the story. And once she liked it, that was fine for me.
And the lady's called Philomena, the movie's called Philomena. It opens tonight in cinemas across the country. Now, it's a heartbreaking story about... It was based in the Magdalen laundries, the convents.
Yes, she became pregnant and was taken in by the nuns and had a son, and the nuns sold the baby. And then she couldn't trace him. So, I shouldn't tell you the story. I won't tell you the whole story.
That's enough.
Okay.
Already, you know that's a good film. And I think Steve Coogan and Jeff Pope did a brilliant job at making it very, very funny. And then,
yes,
it's very boohoo. Yeah, it is so boohoo.
the facts of the story. Yes.
Listen, we've got a clip of Philomena. This is yourself and Steve Coogan when the search has taken you to America.
Martin, they've got omelettes
Okay,
over there,
thank you.
Pancakes and waffles, any filling, and cereal, bacon and sausage, anything you want.
I saw.
Breakfast is included, isn't it?
It is. It's just that it's too early for me. My stomach hasn't woken up yet.
Mine wakes up before I do. I'm having a ham and Swiss cheese omelette. Will I get you one?
I'm not hungry.
What about some blueberries?
I agree.
Coffee?
No, thank you.
Okay, well, if you want to help yourself to breakfast over there, we have 2 buffets, hot and cold, fresh fruit, cereal.
She just told me.
Omelets with your choice of filling.
I know exactly what's on display over there.
We also have fresh pancakes.
Thank you. Trying to have a private conversation.
My apologies, sir.
You need to be rude. She's a very nice
I
person.
know. I'm sure she's 1 in a million. Or 1 in 100,000.
What do you mean?
Well, you said it to about 10 people, so that's just maths.
You should be nice to the people on the way up, because you might meet them again on the way down. Now, you of all people should understand that.
And the accent, very good accent. Because people don't know, you have quite strong connections to Ireland.
I had an Irish mother.
Yeah.
And my father went to Ireland when he was 3. And so all my relations are there.
So when you
Like
were filming... Yeah, they are. But when you were filming there, were they just, like, crawling out of the woodwork and kind of going, yeah, I knew your mother?
we filmed in Ross Trevor. I think the first shot we did in Northern Ireland. I'd never been to Ross Trevor before. And we did a bit of getting in and out of a car. Then they said, go and have a coffee, get warm, till we set up this next shot. And this man said, you've a cousin here. He said, yeah, he's coming down to see you. And they'd all turned up that evening. I'm sorry we didn't go to a lot of other places in Ireland. I'd have this enormous family.
Now, in terms of accents, Mr. Elton, did you always sing in your kind of... I don't know what you call it, like an American soul voice, or a... Did you ever try singing in English? If you're in your own... in English, you know, with an English accent.
Fuck off.
What do you mean, like, oh, Cherry, I'm a rocket man flying off the earth out here.
It doesn't work, Graham.
I take your point. Right. Paxman, keep going, but I'm not. I'm backing off. Yes, Sir Elton. John Bishop, obviously, you know, Liverpool accent, and a lot of people growing up, they don't know they have an accent. But you figured it out quite early. Were you 8 when you figured out you'd an accent?
No, when I was 8, I was in hospital. I fell off a fence and I bruised my kidneys, and I was taken to a hospital near Crewe. And I didn't realise I was funny, but all the nurses used to come in the morning and make me say the word chicken. So that's how I used to start the day. So Elton said, do you want your cornflakes with chicken? I go, yeah, have you got chicken on cornflakes? They go, chicken. Because it's just one of those words with a Scouse accent. Some people think, oh, you're laughing. All I said is chicken. So I had this thing, and I thought, oh, that's good. So I tried to then develop a whole career based around chicken as a joke. To be honest, ended by the time I was 8 and a half.
Now, listen, there isn't anything about John Bishop I don't know, because John has written a book. How did all this happen? My story. It's out now. And obviously it deals with your childhood. You deal with you kind of growing up. There's a very sweet story about your first kiss. Do you know the story I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. My first kiss, I was... I think I would have been about 12 or 13. And it's different now, because as you find with your kids, teenage kids now are exposed to stuff we weren't exposed to. I mean, the naughty things we looked at was the underwear page in the catalogue. That was the naughty thing. I remember this girl, Jane, I was going out with, saying, I've got a birthday present for you. And she went to give me a kiss, and she French kissed me, which is a lovely thing when you know what to expect. But when someone sticks a tongue down your mouth and you're not ready, I just say, oh, you dirty cow, what are you doing?
And, you know, you're sitting here now, an enormous success. You're next year, you're doing another one of those big arena tours, supersonic, all over the country. But look at him now, ladies and gentlemen. He's the host of this year's Royal Variety Show.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, I've got to tell you about that, though. Because when we were growing up, that was the big show on telly, you know, it built up for the year. So when they phoned me up and said, do you want to be the host of the Royal Variety Show, I thought it'd be a lovely thing for me mum and dad. So I went to my mum and dad and said, listen, I've been asked to be the host of the Royal Variety Show. I said, so do you want to come? And my dad went, it's in London, innit?
Wasn't it in Manchester last year or Blackpool or something?
Yeah, this year it's at the Palladium.
Oh, very nice. And who are you getting? Are you getting Prince Charles? Are you getting...
Prince Charles. Prince Charles is going to do it.
Because you are friends with royalty.
Friends in
now, look at you here. Here you are with lovely Kate.
Yeah.
Now, John, is she pregnant in that picture?
Listen, I don't want this to turn into Jeremy Kyle. Don't bring it on. We have a DNA test. Everybody's happy with the arrangement. Let's move on. No, what that was, I was doing a thing with Comic Relief, and Kate's involved with a fantastic charity that gets children to talk about the problems. So we were in a school in Manchester, and they were planting a tree for the fact... Because the royals must be sick of planting trees everywhere they go. And they said, because you're here, can you plant a tree? And so they had me stood next to her. She's 7 months pregnant, and she's shoveling all the day. And I said, is this a set-up? I look like the laziest man in the world, don't I?
Now, Judi, is it true, and I've never asked you this before, the story about you and Ian McKellen in Buckingham Palace?
It is true. It is true. A big party for Shakespeare's, one of his birthdays.
A big one, probably. Yeah.
Yes, and we... well, I remember this story. Yes, I hope so.
I can't really help you with this one. I just know something happened.
Yes.
Make it up. Make it up.
I think that, I can't remember what we were doing, but I remember there was a... what were we doing, the two of us? Slipped into a room beside the room where we were to change and things, and we were feeling around in the dark like that. And
what were you doing?
I don't know. What were we doing? Well, he's away in America, so you can't ask him.
Yeah, playing sardines. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. But anyway, he suddenly felt something like this, and he said, "Good grief," he said. "Good grief, this is a very, very high chair," he said. "This is just..." And he looked at the back, and there was a great big back, and I think we were sitting on a throne. What we were doing there, I can't remember.
I mean, the security in Buckingham Palace must be terrible. Everyone who has been there has a story about, and then we snuck into another room, and then I stole some plates, and then... Because, famously, you were very close to Princess Diana, but even before that, you, I think you played at Prince Andrew's 21st?
Yes, at Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
And that was a very nervy experience because Ray Cooper, my percussion player, and myself played, and suddenly you looked in the balcony and these are all gold chairs, and suddenly they fill up and you think, oh, God. We played, and I came down, I changed, and I was in a ballroom with a band, and Diana Spencer, she wasn't Prince Charles's wife then. And she said, do you want to dance? So, I can't dance anyway, but we did a faux Charleston. And then we went into dinner, and then it was a buffet dinner, and then Princess Anne said, shall we go to the disco? And I said, fine, it's the quietest disco you've ever heard. And I was dancing with Princess Anne thinking, you know what, I was born in a council house. This is very surreal. And then the Queen came in and she said, "Can we join you?" And I said to say, "No, fuck off," right? And they segued into Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley, and I thought, this is ridiculous, because the Queen's going like, dun, 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 and it was one of the most, to that point, surreal moments of my life, because, you know, after being born in a council house in Pinner, and you think, and remembering Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley, the odds of you dancing with the Queen at Windsor Castle that were very, very long at that point.
That is an amazing story. Amazing. OK, it is time to bring on my final guest. I'm guessing Newsnight just finished because the Grand Inquisitor himself is here. Please welcome Mr. Jeremy Paxman. Woo! You know, all shove down. Just shove down one. Hello, sir. How are you? Very good. Very nice to see you. Have you met everyone?
Well, I met Elton just beforehand. Hi, John. We've not met before.
That's John.
I have met Judi before.
We did a carol service together, didn't we?
You've got a terribly good memory.
We haven't noticed.
Yeah, we have noticed.
So now, Jeremy Paxman, even I know this is a stupid question, but we've got to talk about it.
You go ahead. I've made a living out of stupid questions.
That's good ones. The beard.
The
You
beard.
must have known it was going to cause a fuss.
No, actually, I was rather stupid. I didn't. No, we'd been on holiday in the summer, and I came back, and the flight had been delayed 24 hours, and I had to go into the office the next day, and I was standing in front of the mirror about to shave, and I thought, no, why should I? So I kept it, and I had reckoned without the silly season. There was nothing else to write about apart from Simon Cowell's baby and fracking. So, I mean, it was a bit of a no-brainer had I thought about it, I suppose.
Yes, and what I like, though, I like the idea of you, because there's an insight into you that you were looking in the mirror kind of going, looking good, Paxman.
No, I wasn't. I was just thinking, how do you take a beard off? And you can't just shave it, you know. You've got to cut it first.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
It's awful. Listen, you're not here tonight as an interviewer or a presenter. You were here as an author. You have a new book out, Jeremy Paxman, Great Britain's Great War. And I suppose the worry for someone looking at this book is you think it's going to be quite dry, pure history, but you do have a personal connection to the Great War, to the First World War.
Yeah, my great-uncle Charlie was one of those many thousands and thousands of men who signed up in late 1914. And I grew up with this photograph on the wall. This photograph showed him and 7 other young men, arms around each other, standing on a newly tarred road. And within, I think, about 5 months of the photograph being taken, he was dead. And he was dead at Gallipoli, which was an operation in 1915 to try to relieve pressure on the Western Front. And I just started thinking then, this is a very big event, the 100th anniversary of which is coming up next year, that has now slipped from family memory to history. And we're obviously going to have to think next year about what we do to commemorate this event. But I suddenly realised I didn't really know. I was seeing it through the prejudice, really, of the 1960s. The 1960s, oh, what a lovely war. Then you get to Blackadder in the 1980s. Blackadder, the famous scene where, right towards the end, General Melchett, Stephen Fry, comes in and says to Blackadder, having told him he's going over the top, "I'll be right behind you, Blackadder." And Blackadder mutters under his breath, "Yes, about 35 miles behind." And, you know, it's funny, but it reflects a view we have about the First World War, that all the generals were way back from the front line, as indeed they were, for perfectly good reasons, that all these young men were somehow intentionally slaughtered by generals, which also is clearly not true. I mean, what general sets out to lose a battle? So I just thought it was time to re-examine it.
And 100 years, I mean, it's a short, in history, it's a short length of time, but obviously, as you say, in personal memory, it's a long space of time. And in terms of marking the centenary, I know the BBC are doing a lot. You're doing a series.
Yeah, there's a television series that goes with it next year, yes.
But I heard you were quite critical of comments David Cameron made about the centenary.
Yeah, I'm quite troubled because when David Cameron was talking about how millions of pounds were going to be spent marking this anniversary, he compared it with the celebrations for the Diamond Jubilee. And therefore people get the idea that somehow this is going to be celebrated. Well, look, only a complete idiot would celebrate such a calamity. There are 750,000 men never came back to this country. Millions of men served, millions of men were wounded, mentally and physically. No one would celebrate that. It was just Cameron's clumsy use of language.
They're not normal people. They don't represent normal people. You shouldn't be a politician unless you've had at least one job.
It is... I share that prejudice. I think you should have done something in the world before you put yourself in a position where you're making judgments that affect the lives of all of us. I do think that.
Yeah.
I had to interview Russell Brand the other day, and he was banging on about how people are really disenchanted with politics, and I think he's right. I disagree with him about all sorts of things, but I think he's absolutely right. I think people are completely fed up with posturing politicians, and they realise, the public are way ahead of politicians. They realise we have loads of really difficult, intractable problems. These people come along and make us promises saying that they can definitely solve them themselves. There's only two ways of looking at the world: their way, their opponent's way. Their way is right, the opponent is wrong, and they're going to solve everything. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
You see, there we are. You know, people are wise. They understand how difficult it is.
Can I just ask, sorry, I've always wanted to ask you this. You know, when you're interviewing a politician, is there any point where you just want to turn around and go, God, you're a dickhead, shut up? Because when you sit there at home, you just think, we've heard this crap before. You need someone, that's what you're good at.
It does flash through your mind occasionally, yes.
And Elton and Judi, you must have been interviewed a gazillion times. What are the things people ask you that just go, oh, God?
Everything you've asked me tonight.
Boo! Boo! They were odd questions, weren't they?
They were.
Very odd questions.
They were very nice. Yeah, it was all good. And listen, very quickly, we must celebrate your fabulous work on University Challenge.
Aha.
Because everyone, no, you are the longest-serving question master currently on TV.
It's a very old photo you've got behind you, isn't it? Brown hair in those days.
Wow, and now you've got a beard.
And a beard,
Yeah,
indeed.
I couldn't help but notice.
Nice of you to mention it again.
You drew it. And, what we'd like to do is, I've got some questions. I've got some University Challenge questions. So if you sit in that chair...
OK.
You sit in that chair, and I'll sit here. And, I've got your hands. OK.
What is wonderful is that I watch it regularly because I love it so much. What I long to bet on each week is the drinker, because there's always somebody who's very, very clever, and the moment they say this unbelievably clever answer, they go... They do it
Well, now, completely by chance, there are 4 of you sitting on the sofa, and so you can settle down and be asked...
Has anyone got a scarf? The scarf or the teddy bear. Have you got a scarf? Can I borrow your scarf? I want to be the trendy one.
Lion King somewhere.
Oh, yes, there is.
Come on, where's the lion?
Chuck down the Lion King. Chuck down the Lion King. Quick.
Oh, it's a McQueen.
OK.
It's a McQueen.
You'll get it back. You'll get it back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A mascot!
A
Marvellous!
mascot. You see, there you go.
You can't do anything without a mascot.
I want to be the mysterious one who writes poetry and never gets laid.
Here we go.
Right, here we are. Fingers on the buzzers. Who on the sofa tonight suffers from scolisophobia?
There he is, Polytechnics, Bishop.
Probably everyone.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Does anyone know the answer? Do you know the answer?
Scotophobia.
Do you know the answer?
Scolisophobia.
Do you not know the answer?
No.
It's you.
Why is it
you.
me? What does it mean? I can't remember anything.
It's a fear of worms, Judi.
Is that what it's called? I don't even like to say the word.
Worms.
Fear of worms.
Worms.
No.
torture the lady.
No.
You're frightened
One
of
jumped
worms.
inside my sandal when I was a very little girl in wet weather.
Jumped?
And I've... Yes.
You said that was a worm?
Yes.
And you've been scared of worms ever since?
Yes.
You can just walk away from them, you know.
They're very quick, the worms in her garden.
Next question. Here we go.
Right, who on the sofa tonight keeps 2 elephants in their back garden?
School of Hard Knocks. John.
Me.
Yes?
Yes.
Do you keep 2 elephants in your back garden?
Well, there's 2 stone ones, aren't there? I've got 2 stone ones, but not real ones.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's probably John, right?
It is.
If he's got a banana, was it?
I love it.
I'm shopping Elton on every level.
I love that you have so much in common. Yeah, we both have that.
Have you got real ones?
No, I've got the ones that were around London that were auctioned for the Asian elephants. So I've
You go around every city
yellow-
buying up the sculpture.
I've got a yellow one with white dots and just a big bright yellow one who sits down and looks at you. When you drive into our drive, there's a big yellow elephant sat on its arse looking at you. It's better than a guard dog.
Let's get into the White Town Archives, the auction. He's
Yeah, he'd
obviously
be
a
very
really
good,
soft
yeah.
touch. Yeah. He'll buy anything.
I'll end up coming home with a tram.
OK, one final question. Who on the sofa once got their foreskin caught in a zip and was rescued by their grandmother?
Central School of Speech and Drama. Dench.
It was then the biggest it's ever been. It swelled up to the most enormous size. And she had to get it in a bowl. She had a bowl of hot water, and she's the only person I trusted to do it. And since then, it's been a huge disappointment.
Very good. Well done. Well done, Thank you very much, Jeremy. It is music time. So, Elton, if you want to go over to the piano, there he goes. In a moment, we'll have some stories in the famous red chair. But first, performing Voyeur, it is Sir Elton John.
beautiful. Thank you very much. Come on back. Have a seat there beyond Jeremy. Oh, yeah, go around. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Oh. You make that look so easy. You could just be here chatting away, and then you wander over there going, no.
It's what I do, darling.
Hey, God, you do it well. Before we go tonight, just time for a story or two in the red chair. Who be there? Who be there in the red chair? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Amy.
Okay. Where are you from, Amy?
I'm from really close to where Mr. Bishop's from, actually, but I live in London.
Okay. What's your story, my dear?
It's actually about my adoration for Sir Elton John. When I only used to go by the name of Mrs. John, because I loved him so much. And when
Raise your game a bit, girl.
Oh, it's early then, she's young! OK, off you go with this story.
When I was about 9, we were lucky enough to get tickets to see Sir Elton in concert at Hammersmith Apollo. So we were in the concert about 25 metres close to the front, and Sir Elton said, and this song is dedicated to David, blah, 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 blah. And I just looked at my mum and said, Mummy, he's gay. And with that, Sir Elton turned around and said, yes, darling, I'm gay. And then I cried so much we had to leave.
That's a very good story.
Yes, very good.
You can walk. I did not see where that story was going. No. That's very sweet.
Rather sweet, wasn't it?
It was very sweet.
But what a way to come out on national television. I didn't know you were gay. Guess.
You bought a banana lamb. For 7,000 pounds. Who's up next? Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Lucy.
Lucy. And does your story involve those things you're holding?
Yes, it does.
Oh, OK, because I just thought maybe there were some worry beads or something. Off you go with the story, Lucy.
Well, when I was little, a good friend of my grandparents knitted me this hat, and my parents
Sorry, good friends?
And my parents told me that the person who knitted it whilst she was performing at the National Theatre, whilst she was in her dressing room. And I've never actually met her, but she's one of the guests this evening. What? Judi.
Dame Judi Dench knitted that?
Yeah.
Did you knit that?
Has it got fuck 'em all the way down?
Well, let her go. She's gone.
Oh, poor thing.
Hey, well done, everyone. If you'd like to have a go in the big red chair, you can. Just contact us via our website at this very address. Hey, thank you so much to my guests tonight. Mr. John Bishop. Dame Judi Dench. Jeremy Paxman, everybody. And Sir Elton John. Join me next week with comedian Greg Davies, Doc Cotton herself, June Brown, Brit actor Jude Law, and the pop sensation that is Lady Gaga. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Get your fundraising goodies from bbc.co.uk/pudsey.
The boys and girls in the barracks try to outdo each other next on BBC One comedy with Bluestone 4-2, while over on BBC 3 now there's another episode of Family Guy on the way.